Hello, my name is Steve Green, president of Hobby Lobby here in Oklahoma City. And my aha moment happened while I was here in this room. My pastor had encouraged our church to read a book by Ed Stetzer and Dave Putman by the name of Breaking the Missional Code. And in the book they discuss different ideas and thinking outside the box for churches. And while I was in this room, it occurred to me that this would make a really nice facility or a meeting room for our employees. Here on our campus, our corporate office and warehouse is located here in Oklahoma City. We have in the neighborhood of 2,000 employees. And the idea of being able to bring the church to the employees was an idea that I thought would be pretty interesting. And this room would make for a great meeting room for that to happen. We're here in Oklahoma City and are very familiar with Life Church, one of the largest churches in the country, and are familiar with their concept of being able to have satellite churches where a facilitator would facilitate a service with the main message being piped in, if you will, from the main campus where Craig Rochelle is the minister. And so my first idea was we'll just pipe in Life Church into the room and let our people come and invite them. But then I got to thinking, why wait, or why would we need to limit ourselves to just any one church? I have enjoyed listening to a lot of different podcasts and enjoy a lot of different ministers. So the idea was, what if we were to go out and find the best of the best? Go out and find some of the best teachings from some of the best communicators around the country. And so that's what we pursued doing. And so we would purchase messages from churches and pastors from all over the country. Starting point was the list that comes out once a year from Outreach magazine that lists the top 100 largest churches and the 100 fastest growing churches. I felt like those would be obviously some good communicators. They're getting a lot of people that are coming to hear them because in most cases they're going to be very effective communicators. And so felt like there needed to be a framework around the selection of those messages. So what we were and are in the effort of trying to determine is, what are some of the core lessons of Scripture? What are the things that every year, 2 or 3 years, that a lesson needs to be taught to a congregation or a church? What would those top lessons be? And secondly, what are some of the top cultural issues of a society? As an example, we here at our corporate offices offer to our employees the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace classes. It's a 13-week series. We actually will select a handful of people or have them volunteer, those that are interested in going through those classes. And while they're on the clock, we will allow them to go through these classes once a week for a 13-week period. Dave Ramsey is obviously an excellent communicator. He is an expert in finances, and so who better to teach finances than Dave Ramsey? The problem is, a 13-week series for a church-like setting is not necessarily what we would be looking for. Well, Dave Ramsey was a guest speaker at Life Church, and he had a 3-week series where he kind of hit the highlights of finances and the principles of finances, and specifically the biblical principles of finances. And so that was a perfect fit, and that's actually the series that we're in right now, is a 3-week series where Dave Ramsey is teaching on finances. And so that being an example of a life lesson that Scripture has a lot to teach on how to live and how to handle your finances, and an expert that does a phenomenal job communicating those truths. So that is the concept of what we're trying to do, and we're looking for ministers from all over the country. We have utilized Andy Stanley out of Atlanta, Mark Driscoll in Seattle, Washington, Bob Coy in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Francis Chan in Simi Valley, California. So ministers from all over the country, and those that just do a great job communicating. And we're also not limited to ministers. Dave Ramsey's example is not necessarily a minister. He just is teaching biblical truths about financing. And there are people outside the ministry realm that we have and have utilized and would be an opportunity for us to use, as well as classics. There may be a great message from years ago that it would be video recorded that could be a possibility. So there is a lot of options and a lot of possibilities, a lot of areas where we can go to try to find who does a great job of teaching a truth in a great way. And then the last thing is that we also, to try to Keep it interesting is once a quarter we will show a movie. It'll be movie night. We will have a free movie and a free popcorn for those that come out, and it being a movie that teaches or expresses a biblical truth. We have shown movies like Fireproof to Amazing Grace, movies like End of the Spear and Expelled. These are another way of expressing truth in a very powerful way through theater. And we're not limited to just ministers, but we want to utilize all the resources that are available out there. So it's been the project we've been on, and we're having fun doing it. And if any of these ideas hit a chord with you, we'd love to see you utilize them as well. Thank you.